On, guys, it's your boy Ricky Ricardo from Unscripted. Boom. Okay, so we're on to part 4 now, guys. So this one, basically, this is just Jeff breaking down what Feedism is for him and the perspective of a feeder. Okay, that's all this video is. It's Jeff's perspective on a feeder and their roles, responsibilities, how they felt, and what got him into it, the attraction for it, basically everything. What is Feedism?
Feedism is a fetish slash some sexual preferences which involve about humans being plus size or fat, and it can go both ways. Like some women like bigger men, and some men like bigger women. And Rosie, I think, did a pretty good job in explaining and going into the subject of what is what.
Yeah, that's Feedism, right? So what does Feedism mean to you?
For me, it's mostly a sexual preference or just my preference towards women in general. You know, everybody goes to a phase in life and you're starting to get to know who you are and getting comfortable with yourself and knowing yourself through and through. And you start to discover, well, I don't feel really happy with smaller women, or I'm just always more driven towards a certain thing. And that way you discover it, and yeah, you grow wiser with the years and figure out true likings of your personality and what you're really into.
So when did you know you had a thing for larger women?
Well, I don't know the exact time and date of it, but I think going through puberty, you start to discover, you know, what you like, and you find yourself more driven towards chubbier girls, and that way it kind of evolves, and you know, you start to when you're with them, you start to appreciate certain body parts more than the other ones. I think many men, or basically all heterosexual men, then they can agree with that, that they're driven to something about the female body. And yeah, that way it starts to evolve more and more, and also you're also curious about it, you know, because you look at the rest of society and you're like, well, I'm a bit of the odd one out. Like my friends aren't necessarily into the same stuff I am, and yeah, that way it evolves, and you do some research and you come across things, and eventually you have your eye opener and you're like, oh, that's probably the kind of against categorizing people, but that would be the category you fit in then.
So we spoke about your, your love for larger ladies, right? But when did Feedism find you?
Again, puberty, I think, you know, you do your research and you discover it, and you've got your little eureka moment, and that's when you truly dive into it, and you should say give into it more and more.
How did you find Feedism?
How did I find Feedism? When this time and age or day, I don't know exactly the phrase of it, but you go onto the internet and, you know, you start Googling, and from there you can basically find everything you want.
So what attracted you to Feedism?
I think it's mainly just the shape of a larger lady, how it feels when you're holding her and giving her cuddles, and just touching a more a more curvaceous body. And I've been asked this question a lot of times, and I can never really truly answer it. It's just best way how I can answer it is by another question: what is it that attracts you to the thing you like, and what is it that you like? Most people can't truly explain what it is, and especially why they feel like that. It's just written in your personality, and it is what makes you eventually. Makes you eventually.
Your love for curvaceous ladies, women, okay? but just love for a curvaceous or bigger lady isn't necessarily feedism. Like feedism, there are other acts which, if I'm correct, like there's a to love a bigger lady, or in some people's cases, a bigger man, that is just love for a bigger person. But feedism, there is acts which puts you in that we don't I don't have to categorize either, but there's acts and things, or like rituals, or things that you do which put you in that feederism category. So what is it about the acts, besides the attraction to bigger ladies, or a bigger woman? What is it about the acts that you like?
Well, you have to understand that, and I think I'm quoting a National Geographic documentary, that food is one of the very few things that stimulates all five senses and is still legal. So when you bring it in, let's say, the bedroom, you can make it into a very intimate and even a sensual thing. You get a very deep connection with your partner, because it's, well, quite essential for a human body to be fed regularly. So you're fulfilling a basic need of the human body, but doing so, it's a very delicate and intimate process in which I would say a feedie would submit to you without giving away full control. And yeah, it's the sweet and tender moments you have with your partner in that way. It's something that can help you relax, because you're enjoying the food, you're enjoying one another's touch in a way, and um, reveling or
Yeah, reveling.
reveling in the things that you both like. Maybe another explanation to be, if you and your partner has got a certain passion, something you both truly enjoy, practicing that passion, or let's say hobby, will eventually strengthen the bond that is between you, because you've got a common interest and you both are exploring that and getting more familiar with it, learning more about it, and that way it's not a solo act, it's truly something you do as a couple.
Within feedism, they say that your role is that of a feeder. Do you agree with that title? Do you claim that title? What is your role within feedism?
I think that even it can be seen as a title. There are, even within being a feeder, a lot of different categories. You've got like feeders who are totally and absolutely dominant about over the feedie. I think you can maybe have some common grounds with BDSM, with a master and a slave, or a dominatrix and a slave. That the feeder will regulate everything and will command and give the feeding tasks to eat, and he will determine how much, how many, and what it is. That's not our relationship. We're, like I tried to describe, we're both equal in this relationship. We do it as something as we enjoy. It's not that, even though the picture that has been painted through the wonderful act of editing in the media, that I'm some kind of monster and basically tell her how to live her life. It's, well, not the other way around. Like I said, we're both equal, but it's something we enjoy and both. I mean, I don't decide what we're eating. We both decide what we're eating. I don't tell her to eat. She grabs something if she wants to eat something. There's only these specific times in which we're both feeling like it, we will engage in it. But besides that, we're just Jeff and Rosie. And like how my partner beautifully described it already, it doesn't define us. We're still human, still functioning in society, still doing lots and other stuff. This is just one aspect of our life that isn't very well documented yet in modern society.
So that's why people like to put a spotlight on you, on us, like you're doing, but in a more positive way.
Yeah, so that was basically Jeff talking about Feedism from his perspective, what got him into it, how he thinks, how he feels, his role, responsibility. That's all it was, guys. Part 1. Jeff has a part 2 coming up, alright? If you like the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Open, unlocked, and unrestricted. We out. Boom. It's Ricky Ricardo from Unrestricted. Boom. Yeah.